Jerry and Maria started cooking up this thing a while back, I didn't know what was going to happen, and it has turned out marvelously. So thank you first for being here. Neat things happen. Where's Danny?
There he is.
There's Danny. Folks, I reached out to Danny Wuerffel about this event. He said, doggone it, Tony. I really wish I could be there to see everybody. It would be so neat, but I've got a commitment that I got to keep. Well, guess what? Danny changed his schedule to be here with us tonight. Danny, thank you for being here. It's nice to see Coach and Jerry, and I finally get to meet his children. After all these years of writing about us, it's absolutely great to see you guys. So what I'm going to do now is introduce our MC for the night, who's going to take us through the program. We have a lot of good speakers, and again, this is what do we call this, my dear? She wanted to call it the farewell tour. And I said, no, sweetheart, I'm still okay. So, and so this is the celebration tour. So, all right, we're going to get started now. It is my honor to introduce to you our Master of Ceremonies for the evening. A guy I go back a long, long way together. We grew up in the newspaper business together, and he's been incredibly generous to me during the course of my career. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Buddy Mike.
Hey, all right.
What an honor to be here tonight to be able to do this. My gosh, this is a Hall of Fame right here. To be honored to have these people anywhere, including your funeral. So it's great to see everybody and so much great Gators there. I got the unenviable task of introducing some of them, but it's their night and it's Tony's night tonight. I want to mention that Tony is college football celebrating his 50th year of covering SEC football for papers.
I started when I was 2.
And also his wife. I've never met Mrs. College Football. Of all the times I've talked about Maria, written about Maria, whatever, many times Tony over the years, I don't know how many shows we've done together, so many. I never got to meet her, so it's my pleasure tonight, Maria, to finally get to meet the brains and beauty of the family as well, so thank you for that. I've seen a lot of people here tonight that I haven't seen in a while. I'm not going to try to introduce everybody, but we are going to have quite an honorable group of people to talk, and I'm not going to be one of them. Coach Spurrier had a credo years ago: when you're looking for a job, how'd you get hired? I was cheap and I was available, right, Coach? There's a lot of people like that. So that was me. I was cheap and I was available, and I'm here. I'm honored to be here and to see everybody here. And before I start trying to remember everybody that I'm introducing tonight, I'm going to try to get as many as I can here tonight, all these people. I want to say Freddie Weeby, who's Steve's talented partner, and he's in Kentucky, I think, today. His son Ronnie is checking out schools. He wants to play somewhere in the SEC if he can. And Freddie and I have been talking about this, and Steve just gave his consent to it, that he was very much a writer's player, coach. Nobody's ever done it better. And I see Robbie and down there and Pat, and they know there'll never be another Steve Spurrier. There's only one like him. And he filled up a lot of space on newspapers and on videotape, and he's done it great. And so really glad to be able tonight to be able to talk about him and have Tony talk about him and him talk about Tony, because they are kind of together. The media boys, the announcement tonight that we're going to make is that the writers, remember what they were? I got a picture of a tiger. Tony, should I hold it up and show people? No. A typewriter. Remember those, Robbie? Remember those, Pat?
Yeah, I do.
You had tap, 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 tap. Yeah, we wrote on those things. Many of them, especially me, and before the computers came along. And I thought, in a large part of Coach Spurrier's life, Bubba, in his early beginnings, he had people on typewriters writing about him back in the 60s. And many of them had influenced his life, his career. So to honor those hacks is what you call them, Bobby? Hacks? Hacks. We're going to get together a group of 11 writers who wrote about Steve early on, he and us just committee is gonna pick this 11. We got an old typewriter, upright Underwood, which will have a place here in Steve Spurrier Grille, AKA museum, to commemorate those writers. So the hack's gonna have a spot, Steve Spurrier Grille, that's great. How many of you guys will be contacted about that? So, all right, so you wanna start the introductions now?
Yes, sir. Let's get this party
All
started.
right, so let me know when you go ahead and introduce the people here.
Absolutely.
I can't see like I can see everybody. Rob and Jill, Robbie, good to see you all again. Fran Spears here somewhere. He's over there. Pat, his wife Karen, right? She's here, right? Gene Burnett made it here today, just retired.
Burnett.
He's living life as a retirement. Allie P. Wilbur, up and coming star. If you haven't seen her podcast, she is terrific. And despite everything, they got 4 girls and just adopted a boy. And now that makes she's raising 6 kids down there. You know, and she's doing a great job on the podcast. I think she's a really talented person. I have to see both of them here tonight. It's wonderful. All right, who else? I got to introduce my wife. It's my wife, Dawn. We've been married about a year and a half now. We're high school sweethearts. And my wife passed, her husband passed, and found each other somehow. We're married now, very happy with my wife, Dawn Ford. My friend Carswell, who was my guru, my high school coach, he taught me how to play quarterback. And then her sister, Nell, is here. All right, let's see, that's, who else I got over here? Did I see your grandson, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah,
Trey King.
Lisa, and you both here. It's amazing. I don't get to see both of them.
Steve Jr.
Of course, the person who I consider the love of my life, Jerry. There will never be another first lady of football, ever. She's absolutely the best. Coach Spurrier over here. This guy's going to talk here in a minute. We'll save him. Who am I forgetting over there? Probably somebody, right? That it? All right. Oh, that guy? Is he here? Is he Coach Spurrier? Oh, yeah. Tony did introduce him a while ago, but it's great to see Danny Wuerffel.
Danny Wuerffel.
Yeah. Shayne's going to talk a little bit later on. Tony, anybody else? Who did I forget?
Rob Say.
Who is? Rob Say was talking.
Rob.
Okay, yes, sir. And my guy, where's Chris Spears?
Chris over there. Chris right there.
Raise your hand. I think that's a great picture. All right, did I get everybody?
You did?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to say, no jokes, no politics, no religion talk about, and only a few puns, all gonna be corny, okay? And most about old people. Here's what I love: tips on how to fall asleep in a living room chair. Pat, you know about that. And there are 2 rules. Number 1, be old. Number 2, sit in the chair. That's all you gotta do, right? Very simple. So let's get started. I don't see anybody I've forgotten, have I?
I think you're good, sir.
Okay, all right, here we go. This guy got us there to start with. And a guy, I remember Steve, I was sitting right there when he said, "Who's gonna start, Steve?" He said, "I don't know, I'm not sure, but whoever we start will lead when they get past it." This is before the season started. He said it, I heard him say it. Frank, you wasn't there too when he said it. And that guy was this guy, Shayne Matthews.
Shayne Matthews.
He's up front.
Coach always folded his stuff up, put it in his back pocket. So I made notes today while I was on the golf course. Somehow I got roped into talking. First of all, we're going to talk about Mr. College Football, Tony Barnhart.
Tony, all right, Tony.
Congrats on being the best for 50 years covering the greatest sport there is, college football. I remember watching you on the halftime blitz, college game day, and of course all your years on CBS. We all know you love your Georgia Bulldogs, but don't forget, pretty much everyone in this room tonight beat the hell out of your dogs. I think that's pretty true, right?
Regularly, and regularly too.
Regularly, that's right. Yearly basis.
He was only 11-1 against
20 college football won't be the same after this year. You are and will always be the top media boy in the business. I wish you a great and relaxing retirement. To the head ball coach. Pretty much everybody knows my story, right? And how Coach Spurrier changed my life and many other players in this room tonight. He not only changed our lives, but he changed all the Gator lives. Coach changed the SEC and all of college football, and I'm very blessed to be a part of that movement. I remember Coach always telling us, quote, "You're doing something right as a coach if your players want to come back years later and drink a beer with you." Coach, we love drinking beer with you. Billy Graham once said, "A coach will impact more people in 1 year than the average person will in a lifetime," and you have definitely done that. And as your former South Carolina stud running back Marcus Lattimore said in his wonderful poem, if you haven't seen it, folks, you need to go find it. You're the greatest Gator of all time, the Southeastern Jesus, one of a kind who did it their way, and you and always will be my coach. Thanks, Coach.